Hello everyone. Um Today we're going to be looking at installing a Wi-Fi switch that replaces the light switch in any house. Um, this is what I have bought, a TCP Smart Wi-Fi light switch, which we're going to install it. So this is the option for people who don't want to use smart light bulbs. I like bright lights, and a lot of the smart light bulbs that you get there, the wattage is quite low. It's something like 7 watts or maybe 11 watts at the most. But I like using brighter lights just because I like the atmosphere it gives. So for that reason, I've been looking into smart light switches, and I've come across this generally with good reviews compared to the alternatives that you'd find on Amazon. This one seems to be built a bit more better. I think the software side is a little bit more better as well. I haven't downloaded the software, but we'll see how it goes. Generally, the reviews, like I say, are quite good. I bought this off of Screwfix, I think for about 22 or 23 pounds, I think it was. And as you can see, it's voice control. You can set up schedules, and the best thing about this is you don't need a hub. I did consider something like a switchbot, but to remotely use the switchbot, I need to buy a separate hub. And other switches that I've looked at also, light switches like this one, some of them also need a hub to use when you're not connected to the network. So for example, for when you're not at home, when you're at home you can connect directly to the light and you can control it on and off, but that's not what I want. I want something where if I'm not at home and I want to switch on the lights, and that I can do that when I'm outside. So this is what I got, and as you can see, it says here, connect your lights by setting schedules to help you wake in the morning, or check that you did turn the lights off when you left. So voice control, Wi-Fi schedules, smart scenes and automation, and location fencing. A lot of switches that you'd see on Amazon don't require a neutral line, and what they do is they put a capacitor in place, I suppose, to mimic the neutral line. But this one, as you can see, it requires a neutral wire at the switch. So I'd have to get a neutral wire, run one from the ceiling rows down to the switch, because my switch only has the live feed that is broken into two, so, and a switch in place in between, so it could turn the light on and off. So that's what I need to do. I need to run a I need to run a neutral wire from the ceiling rows to the light switch, which is roughly about 2 meters distance. And to do that, I was actually going. I mean, I didn't really think about how I was going to do that. The first thought I had was use one of the live wires. Sorry, not the live wires, but the brown live wire. Tape it to the new neutral wire and pull it through from the ceiling rows. And once I've got that through, I'd put some kind of header tape on the neutral wire, and then feed it back down, and then reattach onto that same blue wire the live switch wire, and then pull it through again, both wires, up to the ceiling rows and then make the connection there, and then I'd have my switch wires, which will be 2 browns, and my neutral wire, and there'll be an earth in there as well as standard. So that's the idea, and I thought about how I was going to fish those wires through, and I bought these CK Mighty rods, but then it's not really suitable for the application because I need something that's more flexible. And these are rods that they're supposed to be flexible and they're made out of fiberglass, but I think they're more for straight runs of cable, and probably not best suited to this application. And I've been looking at some fish wire, fish tape. It's commonly called fish tape. It's just that because it's thin and flexible, usually made out of nylon, plastic, and it's reeled up. Or sometimes the more expensive ones are made out of steel, and again they're coiled up in a case. But I couldn't get anything like that, neither from Screwfix or Toolstation that was readily available. It's available on Amazon. One in particular, Klein Tools. I'm not recommend. Well, it seems like a good tool, but I'm not endorsing it in any way. It's up to you if you want to use something like that. But I had to rummage around and I found this, which is curtain wire, the stuff that you use to hang up your nets on the window. So net wire, not curtain wire, but net wire, on the window. And this stuff's quite flexible, and it's a steel core that is coiled. And I think what I'm going to do is, when I pull the neutral wire along with the live, once I get the head of the neutral wire, I'll attach some of this to it and then push it back down again, or push it through again rather, to get the live wire back in. If you're a bit confused about what I'm going on about, you'll see in a minute exactly how I'm going to tackle this. Okay, I'm at the light switch now in the hallway, and this is the point where I have to warn all of you: if you are not competent with working on electrics, then please consult a qualified electrician. Do not do this if you are not confident or competent. This is mains electricity, and there is risk of injury and death. Okay, I'm doing it because I know what I'm doing. I studied electrical installations as a kid, and I know what I'm doing. So, having said that, I'm going to whip this off, and then I'll cut back in again. So now I've taken the cover off. Apologies for the noise in the background. I've got the tumble dryer running. I've got one of these voltage detectors, and this one is quite handy at detecting live voltage in a circuit. So press this button to check that it's working, and then take it up to a circuit, and if there's any electricity, it will beep and vibrate. So this circuit is dead. I've isolated it at the consumer unit, so there's no electricity here. What I am going to do is, I've got the ceiling rows open, and we're gonna have a look at that, and I'll show you that there's no electricity there either. So we're at the ceiling rose, and again there is no live cables here. Okay, so I've got the pattress box removed and fed the cables through the hole and removed them. So what I'm going for is this wire here, and I want to see if I can use this wire to pull the neutral wire through. As you can see, it's conduit, and I go up and through there. You can see that. And so the aim is to try and get the cable through all that way, all the way here into there. So that's what we're going to try and do. I've identified which wire it is. It's this one here, and how I can tell is I've got my finger through it, and if you can see there, if I pull this cable, that one's going in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie to that cable the neutral wire and pull it through. I've identified which wire it is. It's this one here, and how I can tell is I've got my finger through it, and if you can see there, if I pull this cable, that one's going in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie to that cable the neutral wire and pull it through. I'm now going to attempt to pull this net wire through by pulling this wire from the other side. I've managed to get all of it through, and now I've got the cable dangling, as you can see, and I'm going to try and attach the neutral wire by tape onto this and then pull it back through again. The wire's all taped up, and I'm going to try and pull it through now.
Is that used in the speaker?
Let's see, I need to feed out there. Okay, so let's feed this through. Up there. So I've got the cable through now, as you can see, and I need to pull it out a little bit more. Yep, to get the neutral wire. And there's the neutral wire. And because I've got enough neutral wire, I'm going to feed this live wire back up on this neutral to feed it back through. Right, so now I've got all my cables and the live that I've run through again, and you can see I've got the neutral wire and plenty of neutral wire length, which is the trick. And you can see the live is there, needs to be terminated again back where it was, and then I'll be ready to install the switch. I'll cut back in when I'm ready to do that. Okay, so it's all wired up now. So I've got here, this one is the live coming in, which says live in. The next one is the switch load, and there's the neutral. Goes in there. So this is in particular for the TCP wall switch. So the faceplate pops off, and then you screw this in, and it is a tight fit, but you've just got to route the cables neatly, and it should be fine. This is a 30mm pattress, and the depth of this is about 27 millimeters. So let me put that on the lights, pattress, sorry, the rows, ceiling rows and all that. That's reassembled, so I just need to do this. Okay, so I've connected it all out and turned the power back on, and this is what you get, a flashing blue light. If you don't get a flashing blue light, which I didn't when I turned the power on, you just touch that power button and hold it for 10 seconds. The light will switch on and then switch off, and then this will start flashing. And in the box you get this piece of paper which tells you how to connect it, and the app that you need as well. So it says here your smart switch is ready to be used within the app, but I think if you've got something like Google Home or Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, that works with that. And that's the QR code, you get that in there anyway. So I've set it up on my phone, and I'm now going to add a device. So you have to create an account, so I've done that. So sorry, got that. Add a device. Let's see. Turn the. It's a bit bright. 1 second. So let me just adjust the camera. Okay. Give me 1 moment. Sorry, just fiddling around with the camera settings. Too bright. It's probably as good as I'm gonna get it, guys. So here you go. You got there's a different types of products. You can see here heating, lighting, power, security. So we're going to go to lighting, and TCP Smart Panel. Select 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi network password and enter. So I'm just going to do this off camera, guys, and then I'll cut back in. Okay, so I'll put the password in and hit next, and let's see what it says. Reset the device first. If the light is blinking fast, skip the reset step. So it's not doing anything at the moment, so I've got to reset it by holding it down. And there you go, reset. So it says here, power on, turn on, off, on, off, on, off. So how many times is that? That's 1, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that. Ensure the light is blinking rapidly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 3 times, on and off 3 times. Okay, let's try that again. One, 2, 3. Okay, I'm not getting what they're saying here, so it's not happening for me. If the light is blinking fast, skip the reset steps. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to reset it. Okay, give me a second, guys. Right, guys, I managed to get this set up, but the instructions in the app is a bit confusing. When they say the light flashing, they don't mean the actual light bulb that you're trying to power on. They mean the indicator on here, which they should, it's just it's just badly written, the instructions in the app. But this is the issue that a lot of people were having, and they said it is a bit of a pain in the backside to set up, but it's all set up now, and I'll just demonstrate for you that it works. So the touch, that just works. Lights on, lights off, and through the app I can just turn it on like that, on and off, and there's timers, countdowns. You can rename the switch, so you can put hold, something that means something a bit meaningful in the top there, and then you can set up your Alexa and Google Assistant control. You can invite other people to share, to get access to the device, and you can see there's check for firmware, no update available. Some few things here to mess about on. I'll have a look at that later on, but it works, and I suppose time will tell if I'm happy with it. But didn't take too long to install. Probably about an hour maybe in total. If you have someone else to help you, it'll be a lot quicker. Especially when you're running the cables. And remember, it does need a neutral wire. But it's all done now. So to set it up, actually, what you need to do is reset this. Hold it down. You hear a click. 10 seconds. There you go. It's reset now. This is what they mean by the rapid flashing light. So look, let me show you. So on here, so TCP Smart panel. Next, that's what they mean. They show a flashing light bulb here, and I expect the actual light bulb to be flashing, but they mean this. So if it's flashing like that, what you do is confirm. Click next. It's going to find the device. There you go, it's done. So I thought I'd just show you that. So you click done. And there you go. It's as easy as that, so long as you know what you need to do. And unfortunately, if they had someone writing the app, with proper English, then you'd understand exactly what they mean. I hope that helps anyway. If this video helped you, please hit a like button and share the video, and if you don't mind, please consider subscribing. Take care, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.